Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our television on women issues. I apologize for coming late. No, traffic issues again. And thank you once again for joining us today. And to my right hand side, of course, Sister Rose Peter Graham, all the way from London. She's a social commentator, a broadcaster. She works at Ben TV. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. And to my left, of course, Sister Kemi. She's a lovely mother of 4. She works as health and social care. She's dealt with women in domestic abuse, domestic violence. We appreciate and thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
And today, I want to be talking about the video that's been going viral for the past couple of days. And this is a lady that they said she stole a phone. And it's just so saddening and heartbreaking to see so many men violating her publicly just because of a phone. And to me, I feel this is wrong. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. And this is what I call jungle justice. You know, there are authorities, there are systems there that they could have handed her over to. Instead of them violating her publicly, stripping her naked just because of a phone. I'm not saying she did the right thing by stealing a phone, and I wouldn't say she stole the phone because she wasn't caught, and I didn't not even see her with the phone. And you know, I want to come to you to ask you, do you think they've been fair on her? Do you think they passed the right judgment on her?
Of course they didn't. And that is the problem with the southern part of Nigeria. The southern, when I say the southern part, from the middle belt down, you're talking about the west and then the east. I haven't really seen it about from the east anyway, if they burn people alive or they publicly disgrace or dehumanize a human being for either stealing or fornicating. Oh, of course, I've seen videos of people fornicating and then maybe a man, you caught another woman's man with a woman, and then you lead them on the street naked, screaming, beating them. And you know, and all this jungle justice that we feel we could perpetrate in the southern part of Nigeria. It's very upsetting, especially in the western part. And then you come to Lagos. It is so upsetting when you feel, because this person has committed one crime or the other, you think what you need to do is to beat them naked, strip them, and you know, I think it is completely wrong, and something needs to be done about it.
Yeah.
Beyond what we need, a communal agreement or talks about it.
Yeah.
The federal government needs to look into it
this,
because I think people in Nigeria, they are really going out of their minds.
They are absolutely right.
Because look at the young guy the other day. What was his crime? They said he stole Gary.
Yeah.
He was hungry. And then what did you do? You beat him to stupor
Because of Gary.
for stealing Gary.
God.
For goodness sake, we have our politicians who are ripping us dry. They need to fix the roads. They need to fix the hospitals. They need to do all those things. They are not doing it. And just your neighbor stole what? What did this person steal? Because the person was hungry, and then you beat them.
Just a cup of Gary.
It is sad. And then coming to this girl's issue, I must say, when I saw the video, I felt really saddened. Number one, because that is my state, Edo State. And they were speaking Benin. That is my language. I understand what they were saying. And I'm like, why would you do this to a woman? We know that in this part of the country, they are male-dominated.
Yeah.
And there's this chauvinistic attitude of male. It is really unthinkable. She stole a phone. Did you catch her stealing it? Where could she have where could she have kept it?
Yeah.
And then after taking off her clothes,
Stripping her naked?
no, after doing that to her, you think the next thing to do is to put fresh pepper in her vagina. I just think this is just
It's
basic hate that we have for one another in that part of the world. Basic hate. And then they'll go ahead criticizing the northern part about the Sharia law, which I also do not support. But Sharia law would not do that to a woman.
Of course, the wounds.
Even if they caught you stealing, they will not take off your entire clothes and put tires on you, put petrol on you and burn you alive. Where did we think of doing things like this? Even in the Bible, in the Old Testament, what do? They stoned them to death.
It's true.
Sharia also talked about that.
Yeah.
But then, why do you think is to burn someone alive? Anyway, research has shown that the most painful thing a person can encounter in this life is being burnt alive. Then followed by childbirth.
Yeah.
But then, what kind of excitement do Southerners in Nigerians get when they burn someone alive? What kind of excitement is that? Why do we do this to ourselves? It's the questions we need to keep asking ourselves. But to tell you the truth, I am afraid as it is now. Say, I want to go to Nigeria. Because you know why? Because of jungle justice.
Seriously.
It's very upsetting. You go to Nigeria now, somebody just screams, Oli. Nobody wants to hear anything.
Nobody.
This one is slapping, that one is slapping, this one is coming. Look at what Alu 4, am I correct, in Port Harcourt, where those four boys were also burnt. When is this madness going to stop? 1 minute, everyone will go, ooh, why did this happen? And then the next minute, it's happening again. And then it's now happening to women. The Ejigbo issue, the husband that did it to the wife, and then we are having these guys doing this. So there was no single person on that street to say
that could come out.
This should stop.
No.
This should stop. It's very, very painful. I must tell you, Josephine, it's really, 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 really painful.
You know, thank you very much. I watched that video yesterday and I cried. I watched it again this morning. I still cried. I'm like, this is a fellow woman like me. Sorry. Irrespective of what she did, it's a fellow woman like me. And for those men that insected, it's disgusting.
It's inhuman. It's inhuman. And the truth is, we are not even sure if this lady actually stole the phone.
That's it.
Because the truth is, they never found the phone with her. And I would have thought, being a woman and you're being tortured to that level, if she actually stole the phone, she would have confessed at some point, like, oh yeah, I've got the phone is here. But for this men to now take it upon themselves to like deal with her in that manner, I think it's inhuman. And I believe the justice system in Nigeria should be blamed for this. Because when you catch someone...
It is. And that is what I'll say. That's why I wouldn't blame the moves of Mr. President, because quite a number of us have said that the president did wrong by removing Onoge as the Chief Justice. But the president is really upset right now because justice is delayed, and the justice delayed is justice denied. So why do you want to keep waiting for the lawyers to come and bribe? And then those who deserve justice, you take it away from them. And then we now have these backlogs or bottlenecks, and at the end of the day, people don't get justice. They go to the police station, and the police, they lock you up,
release them
for days, or maybe, and to the highest bidder, you pay, and then you go. And that is one of the reasons, apologies, that's one of the reasons the people on the street now feel they can take...
Because there's no justice system.
Yes, they can take the laws into their hands.
Yeah, there's no there's no justice system in Nigeria.
There isn't. Well, there is, but I mean, it's not fully working.
It's not fully working. It only works for the rich.
It works for the rich and not for
the poor. So if they say Mr. President is clapping down on the judiciary, it's a war against the judiciary. I think, because in my quiet moment, I thought about it and I said, President Muhammadu Buhari is actually doing good by trying to set these people straight. You know, so if there is an issue...
Because even as a Chief Justice,
let us
can't even do the right thing. Because, and you didn't do the right thing, and you want to sit on the chair and judge people. When you get what I mean. I'm like, where is this? Where is the justice system?
This issue, we cannot deal with this particular issue of this lady just looking at it, because there are tentacles touching every part of the Nigerian society. You understand? Number one, our value system is eroded completely. So when you see a lady like this, we have become so materialistic. Everybody wants to use the latest phone. Everybody wants to use the latest car. Nobody cares where the money is coming from or whatever. No one cares.
Even to the point they even differentiate Android from iPhone.
From iPhone, yeah.
I don't want to know he's an Android user. I'm like, really?
You know, there are even some people you will buy. If someone told me that he bought a phone here and sent to Nigeria, and then what did the person say? He said because the phone did not have a particular feature.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh, this is it.
They have an idea of what they want.
Of what they want. But the basics that we need to concern ourselves about are no longer there. You know, and this, if we had value system, why would a man who was brought up by a woman who has sisters, who has grandmother, who has cousins, who even has daughters, would do that to another woman, even if she erred, even if she actually stole the phone, and you opened your own hands and put her legs apart.
Oh God!
And then you rubbed the pepper between her legs.
She didn't know. They did not even rubbed it.
They actually inserted.
They inserted it. It wasn't even. They rubbed and they still.
And there was another one. I think they inserted the old pepper, and there was another one that they actually shredded
sliced.
Yeah, and it was putting it.
And I'm going to come to you. What do you think that needs to be done in a case? Do you think those men should be sentenced to prison or?
Well, the thing is, in a country like Nigeria, I don't think the lady would actually go to the police station to report the incident. Probably because of the stigma. She wouldn't want to do that. But I believe there are women activists in Nigeria that could actually take up the case. But
do you know this lady in question can actually kill herself?
Well, that's another thing, because of the shame as well.
Of course.
She might not.
You know she can actually, because at the moment we don't even know where the lady is.
Yeah.
Because that is just too much for her.
And I believe someone somewhere knows who the lady is. They know where she is.
I'm
they
telling
know the men involved.
Okay, we know the issue of the Ejigbo. Jo Dumakin, she took it. She's a human rights activist. She took it upon herself. I mean, she went to the justice system and made sure that about 9 of those, 2 women and 7 men, who were responsible for the 2 women who were sodomized, they were assaulted. They put pepper all over their body. I also saw that video when I saw this one. That one just killed me. It just ripped me apart, and I'm like, why would you do this? What did you say they stole? Pepper. And then what else? And then what else? Clothes. And then you feel this is what you do, and you put stick in their vagina.
Jesus.
I'm like, why would you do this to a fellow human being? Number one, what rights do you think you have? Because that is what we need to also understand. And then again, the educational system is one of the things. Our institutions, the various institutions in Nigeria, they are completely affected. That is why I'm sorry to tell you, Josephine, this issue will come up again.
It will.
Look at that lady and the video that came out before this one. The lady who said she claimed the lady was having an affair with her husband.
Yeah.
And you tricked her, brought her to the house. And you feel you need to take off our clothes, and then you put it on the internet.
It's wrong.
It is very upsetting. One thing that is really annoying me about the people from where we came from is this: the white man spent day and night calculating and making phones, making televisions. You people did not do anything.
This is where
you bought it, and then you feel this is what you need to do with these appliances. Yeah. This is what you need to do with all these gadgets to dehumanize, to disgrace yourselves, to rip yourselves apart. Yeah. It's terrible. Look at the other guy who claimed to be a pastor. You had carnal knowledge of a woman, and then what did you do at the end of the day? You put it online. You say because the woman disgraced you.
Yeah.
I think it's high time we start valuing lives in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Because it's just inhuman with the things people do.
The value system is the problem. The government are the problem. If we had enough education in Nigeria, they would realize that I do not think this is right. But then someone would tell me we do not need education to know what is right, what is wrong. Because like the Yorubas will say, if you are from a place, ile kale ojire. What does that mean?
Karo
ojire. Thank you very much. A place like that. there's respect. There are morals.
Mm.
What you know, all those things are the things we grew up with. These are I wouldn't say local education. I won't call it local. There's a right word I'm looking for it now. Like informal education that we get. This should be enough for every right thinking individual to know that you do not treat somebody else like that.
Well, I agree with what you just said. I'm sorry to pause, and I agree with what you said, because the first education a child gets is through the family.
Yes.
But what in a situation where the child grows up in a family where the father eats the mother? Then they grow up to think, well, this is the right thing for me to do. If a lady does anything, then they'll be like, oh yeah, I need to smack her, I need to eat her and stuff. So, but, I mean, if the foundation is faulty, what can you do?
The thing is, in this little case, it's very, very different. You get what I mean? It's different. Number one, I want to know where the lady was at the time they said she stole the phone. And you know, environment at times matters, because I couldn't see any lady there apart from her.
Yes.
The video that we saw, she was the only lady that was there. There was not any other lady there. And most of all the voices we heard in that video, they were all men. So number one, I want to know where the lady was at the time they said she stole the phone. And the guy, I think the owner of the phone too was actually there, because I could hear, where did you put my phone? Where did you put my phone? And the most annoying part, even the owner that said he stole a phone didn't even do anything. All I could hear was his voice. It was all the people that came and like, oh, let's strip her naked. And before you know it, I want to know where that pepper came out from, because they just said, get pepper, get pepper. Within 2 seconds, they came out with pepper. And I'm like, okay, is it an open market space? Where did they get the pepper? Or has there been something going on with the lady and another man there that wanted to maltreat her for something she has done to her? Because I don't know where that pepper came from. Were they in a house or somewhere? You know, for them to have brought her outside, even at the point of torturing her, she was still saying, I don't have the phone.
Okay, from what the lady was saying, that she didn't have a phone, obviously she was somewhere where she must have had access to the phone.
Okay.
She must have been with the man that owned the phone. It could be in a shop, it could be in an hotel room, it could be anywhere, but she must have been in contact with the phone. So otherwise she would have said, well, I don't even know what the phone you're talking about. But she had access to the phone. But I'm not saying having access to the phone doesn't mean she stole the phone. Because even at the point of torture, she never said anything like, I've got the phone, it's somewhere. But obviously she was in a place. Probably it's a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You understand? You know, it could actually be the lady was in a shop, maybe the owner of the shop.
It could be she came to, I know.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually talking to someone.
We don't have the story.
We don't have the full story until we have the full story.
But you know, but to answer your question, when you talked about the pepper, we're Africans, we eat pepper.
Yeah.
We love pepper.
So
maybe if someone is not hawking it, there's someone.
Probably there's a market. There's a market.
Yes. Or there's definitely pepper in someone's house.
And it's a matter of taking Okada to somewhere to buy it.
Yes.
No, the pepper was brought out within 2 seconds.
Yes.
Well,
or maybe someone was holding it.
Do you know how long the video took?
Do you know what happened before? Because they must have been beating her before they took her clothes off. Because the point where we saw was,
so probably they might have sent someone to get pepper.
They would just say, okay, they'll get pepper and let's do this. You understand? Like you don't get pepper, we're going to strip her naked, you know. And my worry is that are there no other people, no women around there to hear? Because I stayed in Benin. I was born in Lagos, but I lived in Benin for 2 years, and I know what most fences are broken, you know, so if you scream, there's somebody somewhere who
around. There is always someone around that will come to your aid.
Yes, who will come to your aid. But look at the other day, and it seems to be, a lot of videos seems to be coming out from Benin. It's about people stealing pants.
Yeah.
You know, so the boy that they caught with a lot of pants, you know, from what they were speaking, their...
You know the funniest thing, even with the pants issues, I could see some young boys, they made a video that we will steal your pants and we're gonna. I was like, really?
Our moral values
is Nigerian? Are they going backwards or forward? They're going back. They made the video And they are like, yeah, this is your pants and we will use it for ritual. They were even dancing.
You sure that wasn't a comedy?
Even, I don't care if it is a comedy. It is wrong.
Because they could be using it to like make awareness for people.
No,
No.
You don't use something like this as a comedy. This is what is affecting the whole nation.
See, but this is what I'm saying, that I feel so sad if the white man spends days, hours improving on technology, and it got into your hands, and this is what
you feel
people are doing about. I mean, sometimes you just have to go to the blogs and you hear what the blogs are preaching. A guy said, he has is a Yahoo Plus guy, and that all this panty shoe people are talking about, that is not the issue. That this is how we do it. That is how we do it. When we get a girl, and you see thousands of comments.
Yeah.
This is what we do with our time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so sad that girls cannot decide to go to their boyfriends' houses anymore.
You know,
to go and have.
You know,
I
watched something on Instablog. It's hard. I watched something on Instablog Nigeria for the last couple of days. And my younger brother is back in Nigeria. So I watched EFCC. They arrested 19 boys. Out of them 19, I think there were 2 females there. And the following day, they arrested 10 more boys. They're Yahoo. They found some, fetish stuff, panties, laptop, and everything. And the first thing that came to my mind, I had to send the video to my sister immediately, and I sent it to my younger brother. It's not that my younger brother is involved in all these things, but the moment I saw young boys and how desperate they are for this money, I called my sister, please check on my brother. Please check on my brother. Please check on my brother. Because the level of the desperation these days.
It's what you don't understand. Even parents would not ask, where did you get it?
There is a video.
That is why I said, when I say, I'm not going to mention names, this is what I say to my close friends. And they'll say, Rose, why would you say this? But I know that in future, I'm definitely going to come out and say it. Let them grab it. Let them condemn me, whatever way they want to condemn me on social media. But I say, this attitude of always exhibiting wealth online. This is my Gucci bag I bought for $10,000. I bought this car. This is my Bugatti. Oh, the latest one is this guy now. What's his e-money? All those things you put online. And look at that latest music. How did that guy put it? Waiting we gain. Oh, if person no get money, waiting you gain.
What do you gain?
That's the thing now. So the focus is on money. The focus is on money. There are no more substance.
No. So that tells us the problem is poverty.
No. We are not the only poor people.
No, we are not the only poor people that have made the right decision.
We are not.
Some poor people have made the right decision for themselves.
Yes. So why do we feel? Why do we feel because there is poverty in the land, and the next thing I have to do is to cut that woman's head off? Why do I have to think that is the solution? Why?
Because when you see most people online, I don't want to say I don't know what they do for a living. You get where I don't know.
Okay.
But you see so many people comes online to advertise their wealth, their cars, their houses, and you wonder, what is it they do? Where do you get this money? Even some of our musicians, when you see them, you will be like, okay, what's going on? Because most of our actors, RMD came out the other day, he wrote something on his page. He said, I dare other actors in this year, they shouldn't add anything to this acting career. And let's see what you're going to make this year. You know, for RMD and Joker Silva said the same too. What's Ibrahim? No, what's this? I can't remember her name. Juliet Ibrahim said something as well. Said, okay, is it not the same job we are both doing? I don't know where you people are getting your money, because Juliet Ibrahim said, I've been in the field for so many years. I'm not as rich as all these people claim they are rich. Okay, where are they getting their money from? You know, this is, they're actually saying, telling us something. If a one RMD can come out and say, I dare you. I read this, I dare you this year. Don't add anything to your acting.
I hope Uncle Richard is not trying to increase his enemy level.
You get what I mean? But RMD, even at Joker Silva, they knows what they're talking about. They knows what they're saying.
They do know.
Because you've seen so many of our actresses and actors come online, and I'm like, where do you get this money from? But then they will say to themselves, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, what are you telling the younger ones to do? If you're telling the younger ones you only sell clothes, you only sell shoes, how come you're this wealthy? No, please come clean to all these younger people. Tell them what you're doing and stop misleading them. They've misled a lot of them. They started stealing. And they think that, oh, this is it because they come to social media to flaunt their wealth. And believe me, what they're doing is more than what they're showing us. So, but the what people on social media are getting it wrong.
Well, the thing is, it still goes back to the family. Well, I mean, you can't stop people from posting whatever they want to post on their social media
It's their cyberspace.
Yeah, but then you must understand that this thing I'm going to post, how will it affect the other person? I know we're not quick to think that, like Instagram, instant gratification. If I come out and post these beautiful pics of me, okay, I will get like 21,000 likes, 200,000 likes.
Yes, it's true.
And people would like it. It gets into my head. It validates me. And blah blah blah. This is where we now get our kicks from the likes and the comments.
Yeah.
But then we're losing focus of what is important.
Well, the thing is, the person posting the thing on the Instagram or wherever it is they're posting it, they're doing it to boost their own ego, I would say. But it is your own responsibility as a parent, as a sister, as a brother, to advise your own younger ones. Well, don't get carried away.
But how do you know the moment you give your child the laptop, the iPad, how do you know where they go?
Well, you need to monitor your child, don't you think? You need to monitor your child.
Yes, you need to, and you put sensors there. We've even heard about stories where they said, did they say Facebook pay kids? I think I saw that on online, but I didn't read the story because there were too many things that pop up when you are on your stuff. It was talking about how Facebook pay kids to do certain things, you know. But
sorry to cut you. Like in my home, I have child protection on my internet. Believe me, it won't let my daughter do anything.
I've got on mine as well.
No,
I mean,
sorry,
I've got
you know what I do? I actually look at it.
I have child protection.
My daughter has got a phone. Sometimes I take the phone and I look through her phone.
One thing I do,
and I tell her,
one thing I do, if my daughter tries to go into some site, it will take her pictures. And from then, it's connected to my mail. From then, I get notification on my mail wherever I am. And the next thing, I'll call my daughter or my partner. Whatever it is you're trying to do, I can see what you're doing.
Okay.
I have notifications straight away on my mail. So even while I'm out, I still monitor my daughter when she's at home.
I mean, that's your responsibility.
I think it's very important. I monitor because the way young kids are with gadgets.
Yes, it's true.
What my daughter can do, I cannot do it. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
If my daughter, she holds the phone and I said, how? Just now. Oh, mommy, they've taught us
How
in
old
school.
is she?
She's 10.
She's 10. When my child was 2, or maybe it was like, 22 months or whatever. I mean, he was so good. There are some things he was doing, how to rewind on YouTube. I never knew how to rewind. And then he was that young, like 2, when he knew how to rewind. You know? And then I was like, how did you do it?
That's it.
You know, so they are a new crop of human beings.
Yeah.
You know, so they know, they are so fast. Because
they need
what they know now,
24/7,
what they know now, you don't know.
I don't know it.
You didn't know them.
So whenever
that is why we need to guide them.
Whenever I leave my daughter at home, she knows that this is a site I can get into because mommy is gonna know wherever mommy is.
Yeah.
Oh no, mommy's gonna know. Even at times when a friend come visiting, they're like, Mary, where's your iPod? Oh no, you cannot go into the site. My mommy's gonna call. She was like, how would your mommy know? I said, oh.
So what is the site they want to go to?
The thing is, as from school, they tell each other stuff.
Yeah.
They keep telling each other, oh, Mary, go home, check the site. So when she comes home, she also wants to check it out.
Did you hear about the girl? How old is she? Was she 13 or 14? She died because she went online and there are some websites that talk to them about how to commit suicide. And then,
you see?
This was like last week, you know?
I've not even heard about it.
Yeah, so they go to the sites to learn. I mean, they just sell things to them.
Yeah.
And then they'll just go ahead and commit suicide and take their own lives.
Thank you very much. You see, yesterday I was talking to someone about this lady's issue that was stripped naked because of a phone. And you know what he said to me? we couldn't agree on we couldn't agree. It got to a point my partner said to me, can you just switch off your phone and go to bed, please? It's late. Because I've got calls coming in. I had to post it on my page. I'll be talking about this today. So people were calling and everything. And, you know, it was like, oh, you think they passed on the right judgment to her. I'm like, what?
For stealing a phone.
He said, yes. He said the funniest thing is that, have you ever seen all these thieves in action? Have you been at a gunpoint with them? That even at at a gunpoint because they want a phone, they can shoot you. Then he referred me back to Two-Face story. I think that was a couple of years back. That he was in traffic and they shot him in his leg because they wanted his phone. So he said the lady stole the phone. That they fast right. I was like, no, it's still a phone, and I wouldn't say the lady did it because at that moment the phone was not on her.
That's right.
So that is inhuman. They did the wrong thing. If they found the phone on her, I don't know what to say. Even if they did find,
even if they found out with the phone, even if she was
even if they
the
found the phone, that is still injustice.
I mean, why are you taking law into your hands?
It's still too far. They should have handed that. They should have handed that over to the authority.
Yeah.
So this man started arguing with me yesterday, like, "Oh yes, Josephine, they did the right thing. I'm going to call in your studio tomorrow. That was the right thing." You say, what about if this girl has murdered someone in the past? She is a thief. I say, but we don't
even know.
Even if she has murdered someone in the past, hand that over to the authority. And he was like, what authority in Nigeria? He said, we have authority. Then I kept quiet. He said, we don't have authorities in Nigeria. These are people you will hand over to the police. Go back there the following day, they've been discharged. And what about the families that they've murdered? I said, even still with that.
But I must let you know
that
something.
Is inhuman.
The police, the Nigerian police, they are not as bad as they seem. Some of them might be worse, but some of them are not as bad because they really do know what they are doing. There was a situation, I think it was it when Beyonce came to Nigeria? There are some American girls who also came.
Yeah, so I remember them.
This girl, her bag was stolen from the airport.
Yeah.
So they called a friend of mine who has knowledge about Oshodi, Mushi, and everywhere else. And then he called some other people, or said, who said, okay, they went to the police. Oh no, the issue with the police, somebody's car was stolen. But I would link you up with that other story. Someone's car was stolen, and it was like, what's the brand of the car? They said it was a Toyota. He said, oh, it's the guys in Moshi that will do that. Wow. It must be the whatever. You understand? So the police know. So anyway, this girl that her stuff was stolen, they called some people, and the police said, this is here. You're surprised. Our panties were in somewhere in Lekki. The blouse was somewhere in Oshodi. Wow. And they were able to gather everything together. You know, so they know their job. We're just pleading with them to do more. To do more and to do what is right. And then again, there's something I read on the BBC, or is it The Economist, that you know, when you go to Yaba Market, all those guys who touch you, they call you a shadow and all those.
I read it as well.
Yeah. So you know, the people, some ladies went to the street and say, "Stop touching us."
Yeah.
And she said the next time she went to the market, after they went all around, the guys were now. He met one who said, "I am educated. I don't touch people. I realize that he's an asshole." So it would take a body or individuals to come together and say, "This is what I think that I would do if you want to do." Print T-shirt.
And most ladies have started carrying pepper spray.
Yes, let's go to the streets in Nigeria. Let's go to Ojuelegba. Let's go to Iyanokwaja. These areas where they burn human beings just like that.
Let's go there.
Let's go to, what's this place? Alaba International. They do that a lot. Orile area. They burn people. That is why I hate these areas. I'm sorry, like, I love my Lagos. But the fact is that these areas, when I think about them, because there's a certain time when it was prevalent, and you just see there was a day I saw 2 guys burnt together. What, they said they stole laptop.
Oh God.
Burnt together. Before you know, another one burnt there. And I'm like, what is this? A lot of people. So if we were a couple of people who believe in this cause, to say, Let us go out there.
Let's put a stop
because
to
the
this.
middle class, then again, the educated ones in Nigeria, they have a lot of work to do because they are in the middle of the very rich and the very, very poor, or the ones who they have not.
Less privileged.
So if we can try to bridge this gap, a lot of these people who lack education, who just feel, I would live my life. You see, this is the way the Nigeria we have today is. And that is why we still have the kind of government that we do have. When we feel, I can live my life the way I want to. I can behave anyhow. And then you feel, I have worked so hard. And then that guy stole. I am in this song. I beg, take this condo on your head.
Thank you very much, Rose.
It's terrible.
And now, second, I'm going to come to you. What do you think can be done to stop all this?
I think the justice system needs to be more effective. Because if people think, or if they know that when they've done something like this, they will be brought to book, then obviously I don't think anybody will want to do it. And to the justice system as well, we're talking about the police here. I mean, something needs to be done about the welfare of the people, of the police as well. Imagine someone who hasn't got their salary in the last 6 months, and there's someone in their custody who is willing to like pay 20,000 naira
for them to
just
be released.
To be paid. Would they not accept it? I mean, he's got a family at home who are starving. Why wouldn't he take the money? So I mean, the police are so. I mean, they should be well looked after, and I think they will be able to do their job more. Obviously, someone who is hungry won't be able to do what they're supposed to do.
Of course.
So it still goes back to the justice system. And when people know that, I mean, they can, if they've done something wrong, they will definitely face the law. Then they will stop all these things. I mean, if you're talking about campaign can work to a certain extent. But what I've come to realize about Nigerians, they need that force. They don't just listen to things and then they just change. They need it like, oh, like, if I've done this, then this is the consequence. Then they will adjust.
I think, I'm sorry to say, that's one. Secondly, I saw another video yesterday. I don't like seeing these videos. You know, when they send you loads of videos on your WhatsApp, there's a lady, they said she stole. This was in the eastern part. And they were all beating her. And there was a female police officer in front of this lady, and they were still beating her. She could not exercise her authority. And then when the other police officer, I mean, this guy was huge. He was wearing this kaftan, I don't know. He was dressed in this khaki colored clothes.
The camouflage thing.
Yeah, not the camouflage. I've forgotten the name. Safari suit. Okay. He now held the woman's hand. He was going to put handcuffs, and he said to the people, if anyone should touch this woman, you're going to see a bad side of me.
And they all
I would send you the video. And then they stopped. No, but of course, before they stopped, somebody else came to hit her, and then he punched the person really bad. And I was like, that is good. And then they all then realized, hey, ole, 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 they were taking pictures. And then the woman was now calm. She was now looking up to the man like, this is my savior. Even put these handcuffs on me. Take me anyway. Just don't let these people
just don't let them beat me.
Or, you know, or whatever. You understand? And then again, back to the campaign thing. If you look at a lot of Nigerians now, they want to start feeling like, I know. I have the knowledge. I can behave civilized. Being civilized is not burning somebody else alive. It's not slapping someone. It's not pulling a woman on the street. You don't have a right to touch. Where your own rights stops, that's where someone else's begins. So this is what Nigerians need to start understanding. This is what they need to know. And they need to stop humiliating, especially women. Because if you look at the men, also, most of them have inferiority complex.
That's right.
And they just feel what they need to do to you is to suppress you. Some men will look at you here in the UK, will just be like, oh my God, God save you. Thank God you're not like that. You know, because if you're in Africa, oh my God, I'm going to really deal with you.
You're right.
You understand? All the abuses I suffered as a woman, I suffered it in Nigeria. Like when a man really pin you down and beats the living daylight out of you. You know, you suffer those things in Nigeria. But back here in the UK, it would think twice. That is Ilutio Sophie. Thank you very much. So if there is no rule,
there is no crime.
You understand?
Okay, where there is no law, there is no
sin. And now, look at the laws in this land. Even when our politicians come here, you see them sitting humbly in the trains. in the buses, queuing up.
You wouldn't even believe you're sitting with one of them.
You understand? So when you just try it, a young police officer who deal with you would be deported. So you would not mess up here. So back home in Nigeria, why can't we empower the Nigerian police and let them know that this is your authority? You don't go above this, and you let the people know. Someone commits a crime, take them to the police station and let justice be carried out appropriately.
Okay, you said something earlier on that about a police officer that hasn't been paid for the last 6 months, and someone came with lots of cash and wanted to bail someone out. Even with that, I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Well, I mean,
because being a
But bail is accepted.
No, I'm not saying. The reason why they did that, the person is not meant to be bailed, but they did that because they haven't paid for some couple of months.
Oh, I mean the bail. Maybe when you go through the courts, then
that is acceptable. Yeah, that's accepted. Yes, but we have some police officers that they bribe them to get those people out.
Of course.
We know that is not right.
It's not right.
Whether they pay them for the last 6 months or not, because before they said, I want to be a police officer, I believe there is an oath they take.
Of course.
But this is what we do and this is what we would do. That is still wrong as well.
Well, in as much as I realize that is wrong, I mean, the employer has got a responsibility as well. Okay. For you to employ someone, you should tell them these are the benefits attached to the job, which I believe the person must have read. I mean, in the country where we live in, if you go to a place to apply for a job, they will tell you what is expected of them as an employer, your responsibility as an employee as well. So, I mean, if you am doing my part, why are you not doing your part? True. Obviously, I mean, even if I've done something wrong and you take me to court, if I say to the judge, well, I've been doing my part, but you're not paying me, I've seen this opportunity, why won't I grab it? So...
Yeah, but you might not be able to say that loud. Well, imagine the police force. Imagine the police force. So like, I'm a daughter of a police officer, and I know what it was like for my father. You understand? You buy your own pants. You buy your uniform. You buy your shoes. Yeah. During my father's time, it was even good because at a point it was so bad. You see police officers on duty with slippers.
You're right about that. Not even only sleepers. Some won't even tuck in their shirt. No belt. No, is it Apple art? I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
My darling, I think we're coming of age. I have a friend who's in Nigeria now. He said he was driving and the police stopped him and he was like, what happened? And they said, you haven't paid for your car. He lives here and also lives in that. I said, they said they ran his plates and they realized he hasn't paid. And he was like, wow, you people have improved. Okay, I'm sorry. So you see, this is what we want to start seeing. Listen, these people, they have a foundation and they built on it. But what we do not have this solid foundation, but we're trying to be at the same level where they are. No, we need to go back to the basics so that we'll be able to build up. But at least where the world is today, we're in the 21st century, where we are today, we should still be tapping those knowledge and act like that so that we can be at par with the international communities. Because we cannot be running Nigeria the way
Thank you very much. Okay, we're talking about justice system in Nigeria. We both know we have a very poor justice system in Nigeria. You know, there are so many times I've seen police officer in the afternoon drunk. You know, you've seen police officer in the bar in the afternoon. They are drunk. Their guns are on the floor. I've seen police officer assaulted innocents. I've seen police officer shot an innocent man simply because they wanted to, can we check your laptop? And the guy says, no, this is mine. Why do you want to check it? And before you know it, they shot him. So when civilians are seeing police officers seeing this, so do you now expect civilians to catch all the people that are thieves and you expect them to hand them over to the police? They won't do that because even our police are even far worse.
That is why I still go back to it. The justice system needs to be improved.
There was
an incident that I know about. Is someone quite close to me. The person traveled to Nigeria in December, just last 2 months, and while he was working, I think this happened in Sabo, and he was working, probably they just assessed him like, oh, this guy doesn't look like someone that lives in this country. And a police officer walked up to him and said, oh, Oga, how far? And was like, what's happening? You don't look like you live for this country. And was like, well, I don't live here. Give us something. So the guy was like, give you something. I don't have much with me. Then I think he gave me about 10,000 naira. And the guy said, oh God, well done. That do you know my officer has asked me to come and harass you?
Do you see that?
And I told them, let me just come and be a gentleman to you, and you gave me money. Something like that. What if the guy didn't have any money with him? He would have been harassed.
I watched the video sometimes ago.
I think if these people are properly paid,
no, it doesn't matter if they're properly. This is, say, when you accept a job offer, you're doing it for yourself. You know, we all want to be the best we can at what we do. It's a job. No one forced them to be a police officer. There are all the courses, there are all the jobs outside that you can do. It was your own. You intentionally want to become a police officer. And please be a good one. You know, a journalist came out on Instablog one day. You need to see the way police officer beat this guy. You know, he was driving and they stopped him. They didn't know he was a journalist. Let's check your phone. Because this guy had the latest iPhone. They said, what are you doing for you to have 2 iPhones? You must be a Yahoo boy. And the guy was, excuse me, are you stupid? You don't know who I am because you saw 2 iPhones in my car. And the next thing you say to me, I must be a Yahoo boy. They were dragging it and they started beating this guy. And when they realized that this guy is a journalist, they started begging. They want to cover up, but he has already taken, you know, he has pictures.
Oh, but it's good that they were begging. It's good they begged him and they want to ask him to go.
Agreed, it's good they begged him. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is that right?
What if they had shot him?
What if they had shot him?
You understand?
Yeah,
and then the more
they could have shot
realize,
him, to be sincere, if I had not spoken up, because they realized that he's a journalist. They could have.
That's what I'm saying.
They've shot innocent souls.
You understand?
They've shot so many people.
So even
police officer.
But let me explain something to you. I remember one of my bosses at the NTA, what he usually says to me. Yeah, I said, I don't know what I've done to these people. They would want to pull me down. They want to, and he said to me, he said, what are you doing to arouse jealousy and envy? When you get materialistic and the other person does not have it, the person wants it from you. And then you go, I've got 2 iPhones. It is not just their fault. You are showing off. This is the question. No, I am not supporting harassing people and stealing and taking stuff from them. But you are also calling for it. We look at one of my friends on Facebook. I'm sure he put up a post, just made me realize how childish he could be when he said, I got this iPhone. My iPhone was there and somebody came to steal it, and I kept it somewhere because I like to use these expensive phones. Who asked you all these questions? Why are you talking about? Because I like to use these big phones. On Facebook, these armed robbers get on Facebook. Look at all the families that they have attacked. It is what you exhibit on Facebook that they see, then they come to you. Like my journalist friend now, who's got this iPhone. When the police officers come to you, I think a pastor of mine have said it here, and even Pastor Tunde Bakare has also said it. He said when police officers come to you, you don't know what they have gone through, what they are going through. What makes you now feel you not a hair oga waiting? And when you speak wrongly to him, there's an action,
there's a reaction,
reaction and a counter reaction. You understand? So when you go there and you feel you can talk down at a police officer, he's an authority. Can you do that here?
No way.
You can't. No. So you should respect his uniform. Respect the way. Even the president will respect a police officer. So he's standing there, is representing the force, is securing lives and property. You should respect him. Accord him respect. And then he's talking to you and then you're spitting right back in his face. He would slap you. I'm sorry, if I was a police officer, maybe back there, but not here. You know, you understand?
You would do the same.
So, if you understand what I'm saying, so then if you are called Oga no vessel, see traffic go. The matter I don't understand how you be. And then when you talk, I have this friend. She was born in the village. If she's watching this, she will know she's the one I'm talking about. She was farming. She was even killing snakes. She was that rugged. Only for her to come to Lagos and she's going, one day she was in the car and these Agbero boys came on the island and she was like, and then they took her phones, took her bag, and she was really winding up and the Agbero came back, slammed her glass, broke the glasses, broke everything. She's like, you know, but when I tell her this, you don't do this when you see this guy. Because I've said, I have been robbed several times in the same traffic. And say, bros, ekushe kilefe, sister, they try to come to their level, speak their language. You understand? Because they also have feelings.
Even at times with days, they will just tell you,
yeah, that's
Did you hear the story about the little girl in the east when armed robbers came to their eyes? They asked all of them to close their eyes. They all closed their eyes, and then one of the sisters was not closing her. Then the little girl said to her, Uncle, Chinanya is not closing her eyes." And the armed robbers started laughing. They laughed and laughed, and they said, okay, no worry. Then they left. You understand? I'm not saying we pally them.
Yeah.
Don't pally them. But when aggression meets aggression, there's an explosion.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So we should learn when they're police officers. You don't speak to them like that, especially these trigger happy police officers. You don't talk to them like that. So we just must be careful. And hopefully something like this, I would want for you to take this beyond what we're talking about today. I mean, this girl that this thing was done to. And like I said, this lady, Jo Dumaki, she fought for those two women in the Ejigbo issue. And hopefully she will take up this issue. If it is right to her, she is on ground in Nigeria. So if they can get to Edo State, and of course...
If we can get someone, if there is anyone that has information about this lady, I will please get in touch with HeritageTV. Our phone number is on the screen. Come with us with information you have on this lady, so we can take this issue up and help. We need to stop this. I'm ashamed as a Nigerian to come out and be saying, we need to stop. We are not babies. We are not kids anymore. True. This is so wrong. In UK that I live in now, this cannot happen. They can't strip you naked. The first thing they will do they will dial 999.
Yes.
Because they know they have no right to touch you. They will dial 999. So I'm thinking as a country we need to move forward and not backwards. Please, we need to move forward as a country. This is really upsetting. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. I couldn't even watch it. And to this very man that did insert that paper, I don't know who you are, but I strongly believe and I know that you are born of a woman, but you have no regard for a woman, because if you do have had just a little regard for a woman, you won't put your hand in a private part. It is a private part.
Yeah.
It is called private parts. There is a reason why it is called private. You came out to this world from this private parts.
Yeah.
You have no right to put your hand in a private part. You violated that publicly. Please and please, enough is enough. We are tired. We are crying. Just hear our voice. We need to stop stripping people naked, irrespective of what they stole. Gary, laptop, phone. If you can do this to just ordinary people, what will you do to your politicians?
Yeah.
We have politicians that are coming out as candidate for president. Do you know how much they've stolen? And yet you're still going to vote for them.
That's right.
They stole our money. Money that was meant to build good roads. Money that was meant to build good hospitals. Do you know how many kids have died because they took them to hospital and the next thing to say to them, go and get a card. Go and pay for card. Do you know how many hospitals in Nigeria, they don't even have blood? Not
Oxygen.
Even so. They don't. I've seen so many deaths on internet because of lack of oxygen in hospital. I'm like, if you cannot do anything to all these politicians, please, when you catch someone on the streets that steals a phone, Gary, pause. Believe me, you have no right to touch them. If you cannot touch our politicians, you have no right to touch all these people, because the greatest stealers are our politicians. Do you know how much they can steal in 1 minute?
Yeah.
Do you know how much they can steal? They've stolen our future. They've stolen our future. Do you know, our schools goes on strike. Students sit at home for 1 good year, 2 years. All these things comes down to the fund. Where are the funds going? If you cannot sleep and wake up and think in the right direction, that this is where our money is going, you cannot attack our politicians. And if you're there, you're voting for people that have stolen our future from us. You cannot accuse them, you cannot attack them, you cannot call out their name. And now, yet, you're stripping someone naked because of a phone, then you're an hypocrite.
Yeah.
You're a very big hypocrite. This is not right. It is not right. It's wrong. If the lady in question did steal the phone, believe me, I'm not saying she did something that is right. She's wrong as well. She is wrong. But I wouldn't say she stole the phone because I did not even see the phone. And from the video that went viral, we didn't see the phone. Hand that over to the authority. Let the authority do their job. We can't be doing our police job for them, even though we know it's not even all of them that are bad. We've got good policemen. We've got good policewomen. We can't throw every egg away because of one bad egg. I'm going to repeat it again. We are still voting for people that have stolen our future away from us. So if we can give people like that a chance, give our policemen a chance as well to do their job. Everyone deserves a second chance. Give them a chance to do their job. We beg of you. This lady in question, we don't know where she is. What if she has killed herself? Would you be happy? For those guys that did that to her, her blood is on your head if this lady did kill herself. Her blood is on your head. Please, we need to stop this jungle justice system. It's not working. How many more lives we want to end because of simple Gary? The last time I watched the video of the boy that stole Gary, I cried for days. I said to myself, I wish I'm in Nigeria. I would just tell someone to go and help me give her 10 buckets of Gary. These are things that someone there can afford to give to this boy. But instead of someone to stand up, it's only Gary, please, he's hungry. But they did not do that. Please, enough is enough. We are begging you. Let's stop this jungle system. And we are begging the police force. Please, do the right thing by us. There is a reason why you take up this job in the first place. Don't depart from that reason. Do not depart from this reason. We need good policemen in our country. Nigeria is becoming a joke. You know, when other countries talk about Nigeria, then I look at myself. This is my hometown you're talking about. The last time I was watching a program, it's called The Chase. And a question, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And the question that came up was, which country did they use the word 419?
I saw it.
You know, that really upsets me.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It really upsets me. Which country did they use the word 419? And I was telling myself it's going to miss it. And you know one thing? They both put Nigeria. I said, wow. Is this how backwards we've come? Please. We need help. Nigeria, we need help. Our leaders have failed us. And we should stop failing ourselves. Because if our leader have failed us and we have failed ourselves, that means as a country we have failed. We can't be doing the same thing as our leaders. We are educated for a reason. If the educated ones should please enlighten the ones that are not. We can't keep repeating the same mistake. I want to thank you so much for coming today. Thank you so much for coming today. And I hope someone is going to get in touch. If anyone knows the whereabouts of this lady, please get in touch so that we can help her. And those men need to be handed over to the authority. They need to be handed over to the authority. Thank you so much for watching today. I was telling myself I would be emotional, but yeah, I've managed it very well. I'll see you same time again next week, and bye for now. Thank you. I remain your lovely daughter.
My daughter-in-law, so how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook up for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No? It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo per second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial star 211 hash to activate.
That's Silk Bobo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.